Hey there, Archie here. Okay, so you all kind of blew up my last video. I did not think that this many people would watch so quickly. All I can say is thank you. Thank you for helping me dethrone this terrible video that was my #1 most watched. With that video defeated, I just finished my first Dungeons and Dragons campaign. That's right, after hundreds of hours of planning, 6 months of weekly sessions, $25,000 of unpaid therapy, and one very dead big bad evil guy, I only have one thing to say. I am a goddamn moron. You see, I wasn't just playing Dungeons and Dragons, I was the dungeon master. And now that I've had the time to think about how everything went, I have some tips, tricks, and tools to help other people who are thinking about mastering that dungeon to not make the same mistakes I did. So, sit back, relax, grab something to drink, maybe throw a few dice, and let me give you my terrible guide for Dungeon Masters. Now, this isn't a comprehensive list of all the things you should know to be a DM. These are all the things I simply wish I knew or didn't underestimate when I first started. Now, I'm a seasoned veteran, and no one can compare to my skills. Like Beethoven and the piano, I command my players to dance with unmatched skill. Well, what's that behind me? Alright, yeah, I'm still a fucking moron. Anyway, number 1, Session 0 planning. What is a Session 0? A Session 0. And why is it so important? A Session 0. And why didn't you do one? A Session 0. And why? A Session 0 is a meeting or session that happens before actual gameplay begins. It's a time for the Dungeon Master and players to come together and discuss various aspects of the upcoming campaign. Oh, thank you, ChatGPT. Now, divide by 0. Fucking dumb robot witch. A Session 0 is something I sorely wish I had done. While I did have one-on-one time with all of my players, I didn't have a general meeting with everyone to discuss things such as character creation, motivation, campaign setting, expectations for the game, group dynamics, setting boundaries, and logistical questions. These are all things that you and your players need to discuss before starting. I know this feels like homework, but there are plenty of great DMs and videos discussing Session 0. For the love of everything, have a Session 0. It gives you a solid starting point to jump from. But okay, we've had our Session 0, I have all my notes ready. What now? Well, you're gonna need some more supplies than just that. The only things you really need are the player's handbook, Dungeon Master's guide, and a set of dice. Or 2 sets, or 5 sets, or... Okay, maybe not that many dice. Yes, you should also probably grab the monster manual, though you don't have to. In fact, there are a lot of free internet resources out there, even if they're in French. What the fuck? Now, these books have a lot of really great info, so don't let your hubris get the best of you like I did. Actually read through these books so you know what a spell save is or how to make an attack before the campaign starts. With that being said, having all of these fun things like battle maps, minis, and terrain are very fun, though not necessary. I swear, being an alcoholic is cheaper than buying all of this, and God help you if you are both. Now, of course, most players aren't going to give your big bad evil guy the finger and dedicate their time to developing cardboard. Like I said before, you're playing D&D to go on an adventure, and the most important part of an adventure is hooking your players into the story in the first place. If you don't do this properly, you will waste several hours doing pretty much nothing. Huh? Oh no, not you again. Is that a plot hook? Wait. So how did I end up hooking my players? For my own campaign, I ended up just throwing shit at a wall like a monkey and seeing what stuck to hook my players in. It was a terrible, smelly, time-wasting way to try and hook my players into what was happening. Want to avoid all that? Ask your players for backstory. Incorporating characters or trauma or ideals from your player's history is an easy way to interlink the player's story and the story that you maybe want to try and tell. But you cannot prepare for everything that your players are going to do. Like rolling to blow up the DM? What? There are 2 rules to D&D. Eat your dice, and players are simultaneously smarter and way stupider than you. It is simply impossible to prepare for everything they will do and everywhere they will go. You're gonna have to do some amount of improv, so have some names, character traits, and random shops ready to go. Examples? Oh, well, here, meet Doormat, Mike Oxener, and Ben Dover. Having to improvise isn't a bad thing, though. In fact, it's a great chance to have a lot of fun. Oh, I know this sounds obvious. I did not give my players loot or the chance to spend their gold for the first, like, 6 sessions. Please give your players loot. It's fun to get new toys to play with, and it's an easy way to keep your players engaged. It could be poop on a stick. It doesn't matter. It's loot. And the final piece of advice I have is to throw all this in the garbage. Yep, what's really important is having fun with your friends. And if this advice gets in the way, then just throw it out. Remember to communicate with your players and have fun. You get to tell your own story. Now, like I said, this isn't a comprehensive guide to everything you need to do, just some things I wish I did differently. Anyway, it's time for me to go. I need to finish planning out a dungeon that is designed just to kill my players. Wait, don't tell them that!